Uber just announced a new feature that they're going to start rolling out in cities this coming week, and it is where you can rent an Uber ride for an hour or hourly rate at $50 an hour. I can only imagine how this is going to turn out for the drivers. Hey everyone, Chris here from Real Rideshare Stories. If you're new to the channel and you're looking for different things within the rideshare industry, whether it's updates to what's going on, news, tips and tricks for passengers and drivers, or what actually happens on real rideshare rides, start now by hitting that subscribe button and ring the bell for notifications. Also make sure to check the description below for other helpful information and tips. So Uber just announced that they are going to start booking rides for hourly rates when it comes to Uber in select cities, and they're also going to expand that as time goes on. And if you're wondering how much it's going to cost, it's about $50 an hour, but there are certain restrictions that come to it. And I'm just curious as to how the driver is actually going to get paid during this hourly rate. And I'm going to assume, because I haven't seen anything yet, that it's going to be exactly as it is now, where you're going to be paid the current time and mileage when it comes down to it. And before I even get into anything, what are your comments on this? Do you think that this is a good idea? Do you think that this is just another way to screw drivers because now you're renting out a driver for 10, 12 cents a minute? Comment below and let me know. This is the article from CNET that I am referencing, and it's titled Uber Now Lets You Book a Ride for $50 an Hour. And a link will be in the description below, so if you want to check out this article, then you absolutely can. And the sub-headline is, the ride-hailing company is looking for ways to move forward in this new normal. And I say it like that because it's in quotes. All right, and then it goes on to saying, Uber is now letting passengers use its service on an hourly basis. The ride-hailing company announced Friday a new feature called hourly booking that lets people schedule a trip for $50 per hour for up to 7 hours at a time. So that could be very convenient for somebody who says wants a particular ride when they're going to a wedding and then a reception, but what's it going to look like for the driver during that time frame? So that's going to be pretty interesting there when it comes down to it, because fortunately I haven't been able to find anything on what drivers are going to get paid during this booking. And then it goes, typically people hailing an Uber when they need to get from one place to another, but Uber says with hourly booking, customers can do several errands or take an excursion. There are some caveats like no ride to and from airports and no trips outside of a service city or a city service area. We're launching hourly to provide riders a more convenient way to get things done, Niraj Patel, Uber's director of rider operations, said in a statement, and to provide additional earnings opportunities for drivers as we move forward in this new normal. Now, the only thing I could think as an additional earning opportunity would be the fact that you have a new way of accepting or denying trips, whether you want to take hourly or not. Kind of like if you have a car that is able to seat XL and you're able to turn different things on and off, or even Uber Eats on and off, different things like that. It's just going to be a new earning opportunity that way. But when it comes to the pay for the driver, that's where it's going to get a little sticky. And now I haven't seen anything. If you've come across something where you've seen it posted on how it's going to look for this hourly, then please email me and let me see, because I haven't been able to find anything on how it's going to look. But I'm going to assume that it's going to be the same rates as UberX already is. So that means you're going to get the per mile when you drive, and during the time you're going to get the per minute. So if you're sitting there for an hour doing absolutely nothing, you're not going to be making money as if you were taking regular Uber rides. So I really want to see what it's going to look like when it comes down to it, because I have a feeling that's probably what it's going to be like. But again, I can't verify that at this time because I haven't seen anything on terms of what the rate card and what the pay rate card is going to really look like in the cities where it's going to be available. So like I said, if you have anything, please comment or email me and let me know exactly what it is. So it says, Uber has seen its rides fall drastically since the novel coronavirus pandemic struck at the beginning of March. In a call where investors earlier this month, the company said by mid-April that ride volume was down by as much as 80%. To cope with this, Uber has been looking at new ways to turn a profit and save money. It's been focusing on its Uber Eats delivery service, got rid of its scooter bike rental business, and has laid off thousands of employees. It's also done a few other things to try to strengthen its core in ride hailing and delivering, but it's also backed away from other things like Uber Freight, which hasn't been brought up in that. So it says, Uber's hourly booking service has already been available in several international cities in Australia, Africa, Europe, and the Middle East, but this is the first time it's being offered in North America. With this new offering, passengers can book Uber rides like normal and enter their first stop as the destination. Then they have the choice to add multiple stops and select hourly from the ride menu. Those stops can be changed if necessary. Uber will show passengers the price difference between hourly and other ride options. As you can see right here in the screenshot, that's what it's going to look like. So it says if the trip takes less time than the rider booked, they'll still have to pay for the hours they selected. So if you went out and you said it's going to be 3 hours and it really only took 2, you will be charged for 3 hours as a passenger. As a driver, you're probably, again, only going to get paid for the time and distance that you have driven, and then Uber is probably going to pocket the rest. Again, I don't know for sure. I can't verify that. I'm just going on past experience of what Uber does. And where was I? Oh yeah, and there is an hourly mileage limit. For example, some cities have a 40-mile limit per hour. If a trip runs longer than what the passenger booked, they'll be charged at a per minute rate. Similarly, if they go further than the mileage limit, riders will be charged a per mile rate. Initially, Uber's hourly booking will be available in 12 cities as of June 2nd, including Atlanta, Chicago, Washington, D.C., Dallas, Houston, Miami, Orlando, Tampa, Philadelphia, Phoenix, Tacoma, and Seattle. The company does plan to expand to other cities in the coming weeks. So I can say I'm actually surprised that they didn't roll this feature out earlier because it has been in several different countries already. And like I said, I'm surprised they just haven't done it. But what's really going to be interesting is how they are going to pay its drivers, especially when it has these different restrictions and things that are put on place. So like I said, if a passenger orders it for 3 hours and it ends up only going 2 hours, how is the driver going to get compensated? Are they going to get compensated just by the time and mileage that they run? Again, I'm going to say that is probably going to be what it is. And it may change varying just a little bit compared to what Uber X is, but I think it's probably going to be either the same rates or very, very close to it. I don't think it's going to go much higher than that. So yeah, this brings up the question. If people are going grocery shopping and then going to the next store to go shopping or to the mall and go shopping as things are starting to open up again, what is that going to look like? Are drivers just going to be sitting there doing absolutely nothing for this time and then get paid a bare minimum, which means they're only getting paid cents on a dollar? I don't know. I really hope not, because that's going to screw a driver's bottom line when it comes to it. But I want to know what your thoughts are. Comment below and let me know. Do you think that this is something that'll be good for drivers? Do you think it's going to be something bad? Or do you think that you want to wait until you see the pay rate card? Let me know. That's the end of this video. Make sure you subscribe and ring the bell for notifications so you'll be notified every time a new video is uploaded. Also, make sure to check the description below for other information and tips. And as always, never drink and drive. Always tip your drivers, your delivery drivers, and your shoppers. And we'll see you next time.